no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curve, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems.
Well, Coach, being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception, but this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Tennessee Titans. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Set, hut, sit down. Yeah. Shit.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. He's got a first down and more past the 30 and all the way up to the 37-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Okay, ready. Go 58 to watch ball. Let him know.
Jackson. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one.
They'll run on first down. Benjamin. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Rodgers now to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Back at the 43-yard line.
Blue 58! Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go! Hey, check.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's going to go down again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big run there by Jones. 41 yards on the ground.
First down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Play action. It's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
On first down, Benjamin. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Key tight end. 4 down, check. Hey, check 26. Switch.
On 2nd down now, Benjamin. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. On 2nd down, Love. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Jackson. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. Looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now it's Jackson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Gay knocks this one through. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. Darren Lee there to get him down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. The Titans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, L.A. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 57.
Now it's Rodgers. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Benjamin. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Rams.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pull it together. Watch the shot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 27, Rodgers gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To throw on 3rd down, Rodgers gets this one to use check. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down Broadway. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, Are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6.
Protein spell. Watch twits.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Benjamin. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, exit.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Rodgers now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Rodgers. On the screen, Bernard. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Philip Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Defense wins championships, baby. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
Let's go, fellas.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So,
rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Yeah, the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Got 300. Got 300. Hey, Charlie. Come on, D. Max 50, max 50, max 50. Silver, silver. Let's go.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers, he's going to air it out for Dorsett. This is caught. Touchdown, Titans. Philip Dorsett with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Hopkins with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
13. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throw complete to Dorsett, and he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
Check 9. Watch twitch. Wide left.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Benjamin. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Blue 58. Watch the cut. Back north.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He drops it off for Bernard. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
He's coming. Run, right!
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a one-score game. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Let's think about this stage of the second half. You're taking the chip shot field goal, right?
Boy, I'd love to be on the headset right now between head coach and play caller because, you know, it's a heavy conversation right here because I'm guaranteed the play caller's like, Coach,
oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. In for the score. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
Brandon, that touchdown certainly looks like the clincher to me.
Probably a little too much to overcome, don't you think?
I would agree. I say at this stage of the game, that touchdown should seal the fate.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Rams 23, Titans 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the carry, it's Love. He will push his way down to about the 14. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Ten yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
First and goal, Los Angeles.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Trying to toss play to Love. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Bryce Love His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touch. Back as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for L.A., they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.